Hello, my name is Jonathan Carroll, and I am an ADHD and executive functioning coach. Today's topic will be facts and fiction about ADHD. Throughout my years of experience, I've heard many different misconceptions about ADHD, so I want to talk about the 5 most general ones that I hear and sort of clear those up for you, looking at what's fact and what's fiction. Is ADHD overdiagnosed? Well, that's not necessarily the question we should be asking. Is ADHD being properly diagnosed is a much more appropriate one. As the saying goes, if it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, is it a duck? Well, with ADHD, we should be thinking the same thing, because there are several conditions or symptoms that may look like ADHD but may not necessarily be ADHD. So that's why I recommend a full neuropsychological evaluation to rule out other symptoms before calling it ADHD. So sometimes nonverbal learning disabilities or traumatic brain injury can share similar symptoms to that of ADHD, but without a full diagnosis to rule out these conditions, it's unfair to call it ADHD. So quite frankly, it's not necessarily overdiagnosed, it's just misdiagnosed. ADHD only impacts males. Totally untrue. In the last few years, research has taught us that ADHD has a strong impact on females as well. And as we're starting to understand how it impacts females, we're starting to diagnose it more often. So, generally speaking, the way ADHD manifests itself in boys are some more of the outward type behaviors, the things that we can see. So that's why it's been easier to diagnose in boys, but with girls, it's more internalized. So with a lot of girls we see with ADHD, they may have some of the same symptoms as boys, but they're being internalized as externalized. When you hear a statistic that 75% of diagnosed cases are in males and 25% in females, there's an issue with the process. I can tell you in my professional experience, ADHD and its impacts go across both genders very strongly. So to think this is just a condition that affects males is doing a disservice to the females it affects on a regular basis. Medication is the only intervention for ADHD. Well, that's not necessarily true either. Let's talk about that a little bit. Medication is one intervention amongst a variety of interventions that people can use for ADHD. I am a coach, so sometimes coaching is something that people will use for ADHD, or therapy, or a combination of all the above. But medication is not the only option. And let me also add to that, that medication should be a regularly monitored thing. It's not one pill fits all. There's different types of medications that impact a variety of people in different ways. So medication is not the only intervention. It is one intervention amongst a variety of interventions. ADHD is a disease. No, it is not a disease. ADHD is a neurological condition affecting the frontal lobes of the brain. It cannot be caught from other kids. It cannot be caught from other adults. Now, there is some research into the hereditary element of it, but ADHD is certainly not a disease. ADHD can be outgrown. That is false. ADHD cannot be outgrown. Now, as we get older, we develop compensation strategies to help us manage it better. But ADHD is something that you will have the rest of your life. Some people learn to manage it better, but it never goes away. So it's not just a childhood condition, it's something that's with us through the rest of our lives. For more information on my work, you can visit my website, which is ADHDguru.com, ADHDguru.com. You can call me at area code 877-398-2343, 877-398-2343. You can send me an email to Jonathan, that's Jonathan, at ADHDEFcoach.com, ADHDEdwardFrankEFcoach.com. You can also follow me on Twitter at ADHDguru. If you like this video, you can follow my YouTube page and see more things like this. And I have now started a podcast on iTunes and Google Play under the name ADHD Guru. Thank you so much, and I look forward to the next time.